Hello, hello, hello. Just realized I needed to do it. Totally spaced. I need to see what YouTube Live looks like right now. But anyway, Kiyoshi Manita, Harmonizing Journey to Realignment Foundation Series.
Look at it, it's all working.
And okay, where is? Okay, I thought I had put it in. I'm not seeing it.
Yep, it is.
Oh, you got it on your phone?
Yeah, it's all working.
Try to get. Oh, that must be you showing up then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I had put, and I didn't think I had taken it out. But I should be. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Introduction to Keylonta, Episode 3. Okay. I guess in a moment it'll show me. It'll show two people. Yep, there I am. But we're going to start anyway. So, welcome. Those that will be joining tonight and in the future who decided to take the plunge in, hold on. Take the plunge into understanding who we are as spiritual beings and how we live out the mechanics of manifestation, which is called Keylonta. The primary resource used was the Elements of Discovery manual by the Cathara team by Azurite Press. And I just realized I don't know why I didn't have her name. Oh, that's okay, never mind. Let's see the other one. This is an excellent summary of the Freedom Teachings. I am in no way affiliated with the Azurite Press or Raise Productions. Again, the Elements of Discovery link to download the PDF is on the harmonizingjourney.com website on the HJR Seminars page. And it's free. You know, and we will have, for hopefully people that tune in a little bit, questions and answer time after my introductory talk. So please put your questions in the chat. Watching in the future, by all means, still put your questions in the chat, and I will either get back to you messaging, or during the next live, I will respond to the question that you had given watching the recording. And of course, please welcome Lewis Oxley, my co-host, and fellow Freakeeper, who is very knowledgeable about Keylonic science and has an excellent Telegram group archive. What's the name of it again?
It's just a workshop vault currently.
Vault. I said archive vault.
Yeah.
Workshop vault. And a link. Although I think the link that I have is for the Azurite.
Yeah, it's the
something. Yeah, say it again.
But the Azurite Press Reawakening, it's just a preservation project.
Yeah, I got the link for that, I think. Because I think that's what you sent me.
I'll give you the link just for the workshop vault because they can access the other group from inside the vault.
Okay. So. Yeah, if you want to just put that in the for now in the chat when people come in, they can look at that.
Sounds good.
Great. So we are going to be looking at Axiom lines, basically the Cathara level 3 Cathara grid. And we first look at the bones of the Cathara grid, which are the axion energy lines of the neuronal network, because that's in the work that I do. I've realized, to me, what's a more appropriate name is when you're talking about these energy lines and energy centers of the Cathara grid, it really makes up a larger neuronal nervous system of all your different bodies all align with these energy lines and energy centers. So you're one big network of renewal of conscious energy and of life force, and then you also have the consciousness that goes with that. So when you get that neural network pathways back working properly in an alignment, you have knowledge of creation at your fingertips, so to speak, or in your mind, or to create. So an axiom line is a single axis dimensional flash line sequence controlled by a seed crystal seal in its corresponding level Cathara center 1. And just thought I'd ask you, do you see my cursor now? I have
Not anymore, no.
Bummer noodles. Okay, it was a hope. So anyway, on my Cathara grid there, I've got the little arrow saying bones. Those lines are the axis dimensional flash line sequence, creates that line of flash lines, right? Part of K, part of Chi, part of Cum. And where they cross over, you have the energy Catharic centers, or energy centers, and then we have the signet, right, in the center, the Cathara center, which is the control, right, and activates and opens the flow. There are 12, as we know, primary axion lines corresponding to the 12 Cathara centers in the personal and planetary Cathara grids. This flash line projection of single axis dimensional flash line sequences, they're dimensional because the Cathara grid, as we know, is made up of harmonic universes, right, which are dimensional planes of existence, morphogenic fields of existence. Okay, so it's not just one flat reality, it's many levels make up the whole 12-tree grid. Okay, so flashline projection of single-axis dimensional flashline sequences, fixed points of conscious electrified sound or electrotonal units that form strands of scalar standing waves, which we talked about, of the scalar mechanics, which is so each of these lines is each position spot on that grid, on those lines, is actually one flash line, and one flash line holds within it the manu, or the part of K, part of Cum, sound, vibration, flashing, light out. So the Trinity in everything, right, of creation. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, like how we talk about the 12 primary axiotonal lines?
Mm-hmm.
Those would link into the stargates, right?
Yes.
So for example, if you had, I don't
So
know.
a stargate would be another word for chakra.
Yeah.
Or vortice.
And would all these so I don't know, if you had line number 2 of the axiotonal line, would that link into Stargate 2, then into Q Site 2, then into parallel Stargate Access 2? So it all kind of linked all together.
It will link to that. It links to the chakra 2 in the body.
Yeah.
The chakra 2 or the vortice that would be on the planet as well. And many, many other levels that we will eventually discuss later down the road.
Perfect.
Everything, which I'll be saying this again later, everything is all it, IA. And so it's all basically in the same space, but at different angular rotations of particle spin, so to speak. So built up, built up, built up. But again, energy lines and energy centers cross through points of multiple Cathara grids, actually, on much bigger scales, all creates what we call seer pillars throughout the matrix of our time matrix of ourselves, because we are a time matrix, right? When it really comes down to it. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
These strands become interwoven, growing into grids and morphogenic fields of reality, equaling the fabric of creation. So again, I was just kind of talking about those layers, creating the seer pillars. But part of that seer pillar creation is, again, these strands or lines crossing over, another line crossing over, another line crossing over, another Cathara grid line system crossing over, and you just create these huge tapestries of creation. And that was, oh, go ahead.
Oh, Jennifer's just said good evening.
Oh, hello, Jennifer. Welcome. So that was out of, from pages 14 and 15 out of the manual. And then again, just always wanting to repeat this because this is the root, the base, the core of everything of the Keylon code. Again, the Partikai unit, also known as the Manu or the Un-1 of Ante, A-N-T-E, matter, holds within its form constant structure the polarity of the light and sound. The two polarities are also known as the Partikai male electrical, anti-particle, and I think I just realized, did I miss, is it Partikai? Yeah, Partikai, Partikai. I always have to repeat it in my head because it's like this language that, its own language. So yeah, the Partikai is actually the black hole vortice when we get later into the Diodic male electrical antimatter particle overtone, and the female particle magnetic matter particle based tone of scalars. And you have to have the two together. You always have the two together, polarities. And in a healthy system, the form constant, awakened and running, holding it in itself. So again, we have our little Keylon code image there, and then the fabric tapestry below that. Keylon codes, the fabric of morphogenic field structure. Partikai grids, creating the tapestry, creating the Keylon codes that build up on top of it. And all from that. Now, we're looking at and again, Jennifer, as we go along, if you get to anything that you would like to ask or add, because Lewis and I were kind of saying this isn't probably our strongest area of Keylonic slides. So if you're more knowledgeable in it, by all means, you can add your 12 cents as well. Okay, so we're looking now at the dyadic and maitic points of the level 3 Cathara grid. That was from page 18. So again, we have the 12 primary planetary axiom lines, and there's a set of additional stellar 12 reversed universal axiom lines. Okay. There are 12 sets, so this makes up really 12 sets of black and white whole vortice sets or Merkaba sets. Whenever you hear the word vortice, it's really an active running Merkaba, which then actually is really a portal way of energy of crossing of the points within the whole structural Cathara system. So The axiatonal or axiatonal line governs, okay, the particle universe. And we just went in the previous page of the particum. It's a particle. Particle K is the anti-particle. So the particle universe is the diodic white hole vortices or chakras. This brain farts me to no end, because to me, this should be the black hole vortice, but it's not. And I kept looking over the page. No, and I looked at a different resource. No. The particle universe is the white hole vortices. The axiatonal lines control the meiotic black hole vortices, the vortex of the anti-particle universe, or which is also considered our parallel, right, universe, regulating the body's inflow and outflow of energy. So that reversed, the additional stellar 12 reversal universal axiom lines. I'm going to say that correlates with the meiotic lines, because the meiotic is more the universal, more coming from higher domains, interfacing with the base tone dyadic, this reality, which is more magnetic, more material base. And they work together within their form constant. And one of the things she says is you have the particle universe, which is particum, which is our world. And this is upright, this is its feet. Hopefully you can see this okay. The parallel reversed is upside down to us, but they interface together and they work together. Am I making sense with that? Okay. Now what's interesting, I guess it doesn't matter. It's still showing just two people though. Did you take yourself out of it?
No, I'm still there.
Okay.
Would you like me to take myself out a bit?
No, doesn't matter. Okay. So the dyadic points continued. So these intermeshed by total axiom lines refine the scalar grid webbing, right? Because it creates a web upon which the dyadic points, which is the control of the energy flow of a level 3 Cathara grid, then emerge, because it's based on the level 1, and then you have the 2 and then the 3. The 12 primary axiatonal lines conduct. I got a question for you, and for some reason I'm totally spacing on this right now. What's level 2 Cathara grid?
The level 2 Cathara grid would be...
Trick question.
Okay, that would be...
And I know I already covered it, but I'm brain farting.
So the chakras are level 1. Level 2 would be Axie A and the Axie B.
No, this is the level 3.
Would it be the crystal seals?
I bet it's the seals. It's the crystal seals. Okay, thank you. I don't know why my brain was like, crystal seals. Okay. So the crystal seals, Cathara center, crystal seal activates, runs, creates the chakra, and those chakras relate and correlate with the dyadic, because they're basically the same thing. That then creates that level 3. Just like you have a circuit board and you have the components added on top of the circuit board to make the actual machine that you're wanting. So So the 12 primary axiatonal lines conduct the morphogenic imprint upon which the chakra system and DNA foundation organize the human body will manifest. So because of that level 3 catharic grid structure of these dyadic maidic points, we have the creation of the creation of what we see as a human body, what the DNA will manifest into or become DNA. So there's been people in the past that you say, oh, the chakras are going to be dormant or dead or stopped. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You're not going to have a manifested human form. Chakra system is very important. And different levels of the body, and the chakras and dyadic points also correlate to different functions of the body and different organs. So these dyadic points correspond to, which I didn't get that, and I may in later classes get more to the different levels of this, but for now, just the main points. So the dyadic points correspond to the 5 harmonic universes and density homobody structures. These spheres within spheres concept, again, energy lines and energy centers, neuronal network system. Everything takes up the same, again, I said it earlier, I'm just going to say it again because this cannot probably be said too much. Everything takes up the same space divided up by dimensional perspectives, but all related through the catharic grid structure, interconnected throughout all the interconnecting stairway to heaven catharic grids, which will eventually show you that map, the stairway to heaven. The personal catharic grid, planetary catharic grid, Eka catharic grid, Beka catharic grid, Kasha catharic grid, Kasha catharic grid. Yeah. And pages 15 and 16 out of the manual. And then I just looked up just those words, diode and dyadic and myode, just to give a little bit more feel of what those terms define to kind of help us kind of understand what the dyadic maidic system is. So a diode is a semiconductor device that essentially acts as a one-way switch for a current. The switch for us would be the crystal seals in the cathar center, and that can regulate how the energy flows. And everything is about how the energy flows. Quickly, fast, slow, determines a lot about what something's going to be manifested as. Dyadic of pertaining to or functioning as a diode. So, myode, Polish for mead or the drink of honey. And honey is, when we talk about honey throughout history, is something that's very ancient and special, and it's a very healing and reviving and nurturing food. And that is why bees are so highly loved, is because of that gift of honey of life. So that kind of goes into sort of that special spirit life force renewal. And that was etymologic.com, and the one previous was dictionary.org, and the one before that was fluke.com. And then our last one is, which is from sydneydailynews.com. Myode was often a sign of God's favor and represented his word. The nourishment of the gods, or the divine or source. Fertility. Try that again. DNA and RNA of the diodes. So through sets of white and black holes at the center of the biological harmonic scalar grids, the human body connects to its antiparticle honey of the gods counterparts. It intersects with wave spectras, vertical and horizontal, relationships within the DNA, RNA, and bioenergetic field. Anything you want to add to that, Lewis? I've been going pretty fast.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay. Just kind of realize. Oh, go ahead, Lewis.
So the DNA and RNA, they both link into the Axis A and the Axis B, right?
Uh-huh.
So our DNA.
And think about a DNA strand, right? It looks like a ladder.
Yeah.
So the electrical magnetic, creating that diode, right? Black and white.
Yeah.
And then the rungs is the manu, right? Because that in each of them, each DNA strand is supposed to be 12-stranded, but right now it's only 2, maybe 3-stranded, depending on who you are. But each of those rungs represents or correlates to density 1, density 2, density 3, and what correlates with that, right? Like you were talking about chakra 2, DNA strand 2, chakra 2, signet seal 2, on and out, of all kinds of different levels. And each of those have been affected in different ways throughout our history that changed it, which is why we're not running 12-strand anymore. Did that answer your question?
Thank you. Yeah.
Keeping me on track, Lewis. Okay. So, and just, again, I do private harmonizing journey to realignment HJR sessions. And just as, I'm not going to read all of this because you can kind of see it there, and I've been reading it quite a lot. But it is really working with the mechanics, making that personal connection with your eternal being, your clan family, multidimensional clan family, working through the blocks that are interfering with that connection, and how to align with higher levels of being. And really the beginning steps of, if you so choose, wanting to go the ascension path, which really the ascension path, you don't actually really, when it comes down to it, go anywhere, right? Because it's all there. But those neuronal network pathways line up, and the seals that regulate the energy flow open, and you align where those bigger parts of yourself, there's a transfiguration where your consciousness then aligns, and it's like your density 1 body reconfigures up and aligns and activates and sparks and opens up into harmonic universe 2, and as you keep evolving, going up and up. And it looks like we have 2 more people, so I'd love if you're comfortable saying hello in the chat, and if it perchance is Miss Alexandra, you can also, in our Grid Keepers Discord chat, because I know the last time you connected in, you had a hard time figuring out how to use the chat. We got to get that fixed for you, unless Lewis fixed that for you. But yes, and I just saw also, although it looks like somebody just left, I just noted beautiful Jennifer just said 100%. Thank you very much. Okay. And currently we have 10% discount on HJR Introductory Session through December 31st, so the end of, I guess you'd say midnight. And the discount's already in the checkout. And for those that like, oh my God, I'd love to do it, except I'm so busy right now because of the holidays, you can currently utilize the discount and then make an appointment for down the road when want to. You don't have to like have them right together at one time. So I just thought I'd let people know about that. And people probably know that have been working with me, I rarely do discount. It's been like years since I did a discount this way. Because I really feel that the price that I am asking is about a third of what most people that are doing quote unquote the equivalent of what I do. Obviously not exact same thing than what I do, but because I'm kind of my own unique little Katieville here. But yeah. Okay. And then our HJR Grid Keepers Community Membership Program. Again, this is a program that you don't, and again, it has all the information right there. You can go ahead and look at it. Wait a minute, do we have oh, okay. You don't have to be accomplished in knowing the ins and outs of the old material, the new material. You just have to have the willingness, the desire to want to learn this. Like you tune in and you're listening to me and you're getting the information. You're like, there's something about this information that just touches me and I want to know more. Grid Keepers Group is excellent for this. You can learn about the introductory material and then start learning about the plasmas and the spirit body, Tantra Hura information, and be actively using the information in your daily life and working together as in a community, learning this information, utilizing it, developing, and eventually looking at what kind of reality and future do you want to create. I mean, there's just many levels to what we're doing with this information, with this technology. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything, Lewis?
Maybe just talk about the huge value that we have with the Grid Keepers community, because we've already got around 30-40 sessions just from the last year that we've been working. So just with like whether they're £10 a month or $120 for a year, you'll get so much.
Yeah, 112 a year, $10 a month, $250 value per month. 30% discount on a 2-hour private HJR session for those that would like a little bit more attention and help. And also for new people, because we do have an established, I would say, advanced group now. I've just created a way that new people coming in, green as grass, can very quickly get themselves up to where they can be with the advanced group. So when you sign up, go on the website, there's a list of different audio journeys to go through. And we also will have an orientation session as well as meet monthly to work through any of the questions and you may have, or insights or whatever, as you go through these sessions, pre-recorded sessions on your own. And also, and the monthly discussion is for everybody. Monthly 1 hour discussion, so you can then meet the rest of the group there. And it may be that some of the other members will join in your group as well, just to meet you and get to know you and stuff like that, and be there to ask questions. All right. And I just really quick, but I just have to, thank you, Jennifer. Had another beautiful comment. I just have to get into a different screen to do that. Okay. Waking in Alenia series again. For those, especially for those that they're just going through, Lucas is going to show his, going through these books. It's a novel, adventure, sci-fi, a little bit of romance, a little spiritual stuff in there too, to really kind of have a heartfelt meaning of the Law of One, which is really what Keylonta is about. The technology really has to do with understanding what the Law of One actually really means, which we get when we do the Mastery of Keylonta show. We get more into that. And I didn't put there, I should probably put a slide for this, but the HJR Grid Keeper's Handbook is very helpful in going through a variety of different topics and different things to build on understanding the Law of One, utilizing the science and mechanics, and applying them in your personal life. So, and this is when you go on Harmonizing Journey website, you can find this on it's on the Grid Keepers page, but it's also on the private session page as well. You scroll down, you can find it, and I've got it through Lulu. I was going to say Hulu. Lulu. Right, I got that right, Lulu. Yeah. And I okay. Oh. And we're back to the dyadic creation of 3D. But I also just, I forgot to the last class, for those that really want to get the history, some of the technicals, but the history, the Voyager's book on Arrays.com is hugely helpful for getting the backfill information. And probably there's a good chance, but I think it's going to be Lewis that's going to be doing this, and I'm going to be his co-host, because I know he's put together an excellent class on going through the Voyager's material. So down the road, we might be doing something with that too. But Angelic Reality, she also has right now on her, can you see it, Lewis?
Yeah.
Is also on Arrays.com. And this is very helpful to getting introductory material and understanding a bit more of what's going on. The Angelic Realities, their survival handbook. So it's very good. All right. Okay, so dyadic creation of 3D, which we kind of just talked about it a little bit earlier, but kind of talk about it a little bit more again. So the dyadic points regulate the flow, right, of scalar wave spectra flashline sequences through the Cathar grid by serving as turnstiles of energy. Kind of the spiraling vortices, pulling, mixing, and then sending it in wherever else it needs to go through those different energy lines, so to speak, of the bones. Both vertically, horizontally, and other variations of that web network. This adds a third plane of projection, creating a three-dimensional holographic illusion of three-dimensionality, right? You watch those sci-fi shows, and they come up to the little control panel, and they click a button, and it pops up this image of a person talking, but you know that's not really a person, that's a holographic image. Pretty much the same thing, just a little bit more densified than those are. It's kind of the same thing. So yeah.
Do the turnstiles apply to all of the densities? So density 3, so dimension 3, density 1. Then density
I'm
6.
just going to look at density 1 right now, but I wouldn't be. It probably applies to all of. I think the dyadic grid applies to the whole cathartic structure of the level 1. So it would be your body would have to do with, because you hold within your body all four harmonic universes. There would have to be those turnstiles working in each of those levels. And I think there's probably galactic universal turnstiles Probably, yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
And yeah, and keep an eye out, Lewis.
On the
what did
Discord as well. Yeah.
On Discord, and what the hell did I just do? I don't know what I did. I don't. Oh, there we are. Okay. Yeah, if there's any other questions from either our chat here or in Discord. All right. The dyadic crossover points create new layers of expression. Remember that the same basic Criss code patterns repeat throughout their neuronal system to flesh out into 3D experience. Yeah. And you can't talk about this dyadic meiotic, right, with the vortices, without looking at the chakra system, pages 16 and 17. So, and you, of course, have your central body current running through the center of the body, and the major Kathara centers aligning or working with that, your central body pillar. And chakras form where horizontal and vertical dyadic points cross through each other. It doesn't really show that on that particular image, but with that sense, you have like the 11th and 12th axial lines actually encircle around the central pillar, and others align through that. And where they cross through on the central body current is where the major chakras form on your body. The horizontal flash lines of the seed crystal seals then form fixed consolidated dyadic points. And they flash up in holographic black and white hole system. Each chakra vortex, or Merkaba, is formed upon the electrotonal, right, sound and light program of its corresponding dimensional frequency band, just like a radio, or you could say a Kathara center, seed seal, and Axiom Line. They all correlate together. Also, each major chakra corresponds to one auric field level, density plane, DNA strand imprint, and level of consciousness, like harmonic or dimension 1 consciousness, dimension 2 consciousness, on up, and how those density planes hold the electrotonal structures within them. There's a consciousness reality with that. And a part of yourself, always remember, a part of yourself is in each of these harmonic universes within that personal and planetary Kathara grid structure that you, of energy lines and energy centers or neural network pathways that you are. So again, you line up, you heal whatever the disconnects are with those bones or axial lines and centers, the balls, where there's discrepancies, shutdowns, issues, problems, you realign them, you open the crystal seals when they're functioning again, you then are open to that consciousness again. If you can get that down, really, you've got the meat, right, of Keylontic science for the most part. You can get more filler information, but if you can get that, the filler information added to that makes more sense. Yeah, and again, keeping in mind everything is spheres within spheres within spheres within spheres within spheres. Taking up the same space and time at different, oops, I wonder if it was covered by her. I think it is.
Oh, Katie, I've just
Yes.
noticed that the comment is going over a little bit of the presentation.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, okay, hold on. I don't know. Do you have the ability to hide the comments? We may talk about that another day. Okay. So I will say it again. Again, when I start doing this kind of work, especially when bigger parts are flowing through, for whatever reason, my brain and words just don't always line up. So it's really helpful when I have the words in front of me. So anyway, so keep in mind everything are spheres within spheres taking up the same space and time at different angular rotation of particle spin. Okay. And also looking at and thinking of it as the gateways of consciousness. So the minor chakras, that minor chakras in your hands, your feet, here, different areas of your body, all little minor chakras, form throughout the body in areas where the interdimensional and interharmonic horizontal and vertical Cathara lines cross. And I don't think we've got, I can't remember, did we show the Axiom Line image yet? I don't think we have. Did we? Anyway, it shows better that. In turn, it creates larger vortices of wave spectra that serve as gateways of consciousness between dimensional time continua of harmonic time cycles. So that's why we age or don't age as part of that. How energy is regulated through the system. Not just necessarily how it creates it, but how it evolves it, develops it, grows it, ages it, strengthens it, weakens it. So many different things. The Merkaba vortices set. So again, just kind of going over this a little bit more again. So the Manet Particle, dark or black Diodic, and the Ere Particum white hole vortice. So each chakra, when the seed seal released, becomes a Merkaba, right? When that seal is shut down, then the chakra's not functioning. The seal has to open up, then the chakra can be running. And all of the different levels of things that do the dyadic meiotic system that it creates. Each chakra actually has 6 vortices that correspond to cosmic alignments. So you have for instance, the heart chakra, you have a vortice going up this way, a vortice going down this way, vortice going out this way, another vortice going out this way. You have a vortice going out this way and the vortice going out behind your back. And they all interface, especially the vortices going this way and down that way, intersect with the chakra above and below it. There's 7 primary chakras within the body, and then we have 8 morphogenic personal, planetary, and galactic morphogenic templates above our head as well as down below our feet. Again, and you have heard me talk about the personal, planetary, morphogenic field structure, biofeed interface system. This is part of that mechanics of how we actually create and manifest reality. Chakra 15 is Chakra 15 is ultimately for 15-dimensional time matrix. It's the form constant, the Manu, holding the whole time matrix. But this particular chakra is a rover or a floater. It moves around the whole time matrix system, holding it in place. So it's chakra 15 is the form constant rover that travels the course of the 12 primary axiom lines far out in the level 15, right, auric field, sphere field. And each density plane has an auric, or auric, which is a radial body, HOVA body. Okay, this is why I'm predominantly doing private sessions where I'm touchy-feely spirit world. Okay, well, how are we doing timing-wise? Wow, okay. So our schedule, Mastery of Keylonta Episode 3, will be on Friday, January 2nd, 2026 at 8 p.m. EST to talk on the paradox of free will. And we'll be looking at pages 10 through 12 from the PDF book, Postures of Love, from Harmonizing Journey. It's on the PDF you can get on harmonizingjourney.com, the HJR Seminar Series page. And then Introduction to Keylonta Episode 4 on Thursday, January 22nd, 2026 at 8 p.m. EST, The Cosmic Clock and Stairway to Heaven Mechanics. And then the HJR Insight Tarot Show. This is something new to explore. I'm looking to start that one Monday, January 26th, at 8 p.m. EST. Details to come when I figure out more details. And I just realized, Louis, was there anything you wanted to add on this page? I'm sorry, I was just moving through too quickly.
Oh, it's all good. I actually think... Oh god, so something that was really coming to mind, and I think it is in the first episode of the early Mente classes, there's a technique that she does. And it's to do with the Hara line, where we actually connect in. So supposedly there's a line that comes from the planet.
Yes, the Hara line, the central body current, yes.
So that was just something that might be...
I think the Hara line, another word for when I was saying the 11th and 12th axitonal lines that wrap around, or braid, I guess wrap around, because they don't really braid. You have to have three things to braid. But it wraps around like a maypole.
Yeah.
That would be the Hara line. Another name for that's the Hara line, right? And then there's things because of how the diodes or vortices, chakras, seals, and all that activate and open, we get all kinds of layers of organs, skin, which I guess skin is an organ, muscles, bones, the whole shebang is created through that Hara line or auric field. Okay. Oh, okay. And we have another. Okay, Jennifer. She has another comment. Okay. Have a wonderful night, day, wherever you are. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. And for those that did, there was a few different people that showed up. If they just want to say hello, and again, if they have any comments or questions, please put them in now. We can have a few minutes, we can get them answered. But always, please, and I can't stress that, how important that is. For those that tune in and watch this tonight and in the future, please like this video. YouTube will not show up. People will not find it if there's not likes. Please share to anyone you think would be interested in this content. And hit the notification button so that when you do get new lives that will be coming up, you'll get the notification for that. And hopefully, if possible, share that to people so that we actually get some people joining in and can have some really good discussions, right? Please subscribe to get more of this content, whether it be subscribing to the YouTube channel, but you're more than welcome also to go to harmonizingjourney.com and become a subscriber of the blog, of the website, and that's free. That part's free. HJR Grid Community, that's not free. I'm not monetized, as you can tell for those watching in the future. I'm not monetized by YouTube, so donations are greatly appreciated. And the donation link will be in the description. Is there anything else?
Oh. You've also got 2 Telegram groups as well.
Yes. I've got HJR Insights Telegram group, and actually if you go harmonizingjourney.com, HJR Seminars page, and scroll down, all kinds of good information is there. And there's also a link to get on the Telegram group of the HJR Insights, as well as the Harmonizing Journey Telegram group. HJR Insights is more of the it'll come in my mouth. I can't do 2 things at one time. And actually, what did I? Oh, I know what I just did. Okay, that's fine. So, I just wanted to say
Brian.
hello back to you. Hello, Brian. So, oh yeah, the H. Where are we at timing wise? We still got a few minutes. Okay, we're doing pretty good actually. HJR Insights is more me utilizing the mechanics, understanding the science, and applying that to the real world of what's going on politically, socially, and kind of what I see in understanding things. My perspective, take it or leave it. If you have an alternative opinion or idea, by all means share that. But it is good, and we can get a discussion going, which is part of what the HJR tarot show is a little bit going to be. Although we're going to add the tarot end of things, so people can ask questions of a variety of different topics of what's going on in the world around them, and we can have a discussion about them and have kind of a clan discussion, right? Because when I'm utilizing the tarot, I'm bringing in my clan family through the cards. Sometimes I just get direct cognitions and information, and it's just my personal spiritual clan insights. And so that's what that's going to be. I pulled 3 cards on what the effect of me doing this. And they were 2 major arcana cards. One was the Dove card, and one was the Tower card, and I can't remember what the third card was. And I thought, oh my God. But then I thought about it, and I thought both of those cards have to do with major transformation, major breakdown of the world you thought it was, and seeing the world in a completely new way. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. All right. Lewis, you have anything you want to add or comment on? Or I'm not seeing any new comments from anybody. If they did, we would have been answering them. But go ahead, Lewis.
I know, I'm just kind of thinking. As while you're talking, just so much random stuff is just popping in. Oh, God.
Although we are at 8:59, so yeah. We could actually end at the hour.
I guess maybe just advertise the technique that we're going to be doing tomorrow night with the chakra journey.
You're going to have to say it because I don't remember. I can't hold it in my head, and you're so good at it because you're the one that gave it to me, and I still have to watch it. Go ahead.
So pretty much the technique that we're planning on doing tomorrow especially because we've been talking about axiotonal lines and chakras and all this other kind of stuff. It really links into the session that we've been doing today. So really what we're going to be doing tomorrow is we're going to be, so the technique itself is called activating the Christos contract, and a part of activating the Christos contract is you imagine yourself as a little body, and you venture into every single chakra. And a part of going into these different chakras, you can actually interface with all these different aspects of yourself and get advice and different insights into your life and all this other kind of stuff. So it's really just complements what we were talking about tonight with this session. So, yeah.
And there's a lot of that. a lot of those kind of sessions. And I mean, if you're somebody that, one second. If you're somebody who is shy and is like, I don't know that I want to be part of a big group, these sessions are all recorded in Grid Keepers. So if you just want to just come at it that way and just do the recordings, you're more than welcome. I have people that do that. They just don't want to be live talking to a bunch of people. they're just kind of too shy with that. They just want it to be a little bit more personal. Because again, the topics, and areas we work on are pretty intense. And just again, reiterating Harmonizing Journey Introductory Session, 10% discount through December 31st. And I guess that's it. Love you guys. And see you January 2nd for the HJR Mastery of Keylonta.